Denver, Monday Night Football at 5. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good morning and happy Friday. Yesterday we saw winds picking up, and of course that made all the fires pop off. We'll talk about that in just a second, but more haze in the forecast for today, less so for Saturday and beyond. Highs in the 70s and 80s through the weekend, turning much cooler for next week. Also much wetter with multiple rain chances in the forecast. Still a little bit breezy in the Kittitas Valley. Some of those gusts around 20 miles per hour. Same thing with the Cascades. It will be breezy again for today, just not as much as yesterday. Air quality looking unhealthy for sensitive groups in the Moses Lake area. For the rest of us, it is just moderate, but with the fires, they're probably going to flare up again a little bit later today. Upper level winds coming out of the north and west. I think air quality is going to look a lot worse at that point into the afternoon and evening, unfortunately. So for this morning, 30s, 40s, and 50s, most of us in the 40s and 50s. And with that being said, this morning is the first morning of the Great Prosser Balloon Rally. 40s and 50s throughout the rest of this morning. Definitely want some sort of jacket out there. It's going to feel much more comfortable by midday and very warm for the warmest part of the day. And like I mentioned, yesterday with the winds, fires popped off. I have an update on those coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up, fire crews telling us that fire season is far from over. You heard about how those high winds and dry air push those fires to grow overnight. Now the danger isn't changing. We have the latest on fire concerns out of Chelan and Kittitas counties coming up. And one of the largest manhunts in Chelan County history coming to a close. DNA evidence finally confirming what many suspected. We have the update on the Travis Decker case straight ahead. And after a teen was arrested for making threats against Kamiakin High School, officials are now saying it's a part of a growing trend. We have the warning from law enforcement coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. Jessica has the morning off, and we start on this Friday as we end the week with another weather watch. Just the last few weeks, we've been really keeping a close eye, monitoring the Labor Mountain fire that is burning in Chelan County. And now this morning, Kittitas Valley Fire and Rescue, they're saying fire season is far from over, adding to the already challenging season that they've had. We talked to the chief, who says that they are on fire weather watch. Low humidity, high winds, that's led the team to increase staff due to the fire threats in the community. This year's fire season, the chief says, is due, as you can imagine, to a lack of rain in the region.
Until that happens, we highly encourage everybody to be careful. I know it's getting cold out, but the cold temperatures really do not affect the fire behavior within this climate, and we really need folks to be careful because we're in for a late fire season as we're already approaching October and there's no end in sight without a significant rain.
So, of course, they're trying to mitigate potential fires from starting. So the chief says that the county will remain on a burn ban until things are under control a little better there. So what does this all look like as we head into the weekend? These fires, of course, still burning, and conditions are going to be changing. We want to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth for a look at what conditions crews are going to be experiencing, the impact, of course, that it could have as we head into the weekend. Both these fires we've been monitoring for the last few weeks now had some pretty significant acreage growth overnight. Are we expected to see even more acreage growth as we go through the weekend?
Yes, well, we're going to get that new mapping data a little bit later this morning, and I have a feeling this is probably going to be over 20,000 acres at least when we get that next update. But the short-term news is bad with it being warm and dry. The long-term news next week being cooler and wetter is much better, obviously. So the latest data that we have, and this is going to change a little bit later this morning, but 17,000 for the Labor Mountain fire, containment at 7%, active hotspots all over the place with this one, especially on the eastern half of the fire. Multiple level 3 go now evacuations. Some were expanded down to the south into Kittitas County yesterday. Some were expanded up towards the north, deeper into Chelan County. You can find an interactive map of this online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Now we'll move you over, and by the way, closures on US 97 from milepost 149 to 178. Okay, now let's slide you down to the Wildcat fire burning in northwestern Yakima County. It is taking, there we go. Okay, It is 10,000 acres, active hotspots, kind of sort of, peppered all over the perimeter, but especially concentrated on this northeastern flank of the fire. Containment actually dropped by 1% yesterday. That is not good news. And those level 2 evacuations still in place for Goose Prairie and Bumping River Road. I'll tell you what to put in that go bag coming up a little bit later in the show.
Josh, thanks so much for that update. 6:06 now on a crime alert. Threats against schools, online or in person, of course, they're always taken very seriously by law enforcement and educators, not just across the country, but right here in the Tri-Cities. So what might start as a joke on social media can trigger a major response. Investigators, school officials, emergency crews all mobilize until authorities can determine whether a threat is real. So beyond criminal consequences, students who make threats like this can face lengthy suspensions or often find it difficult to even transfer to another school while that record continues to follow them. Schools also warn the public that even false threats tie up resources and put the fear into the community. So officials urge anyone who sees a threat to report it. Many districts use anonymous tip lines that will go straight to school administrators and the sheriff's office, and also reminding students that even jokes about violence can lead to serious school discipline and criminal charges. In continuing coverage this morning, one of the largest manhunts in Chelan County history has come to a close as DNA evidence officially confirms that those human remains found near Leavenworth earlier this month do in fact belong to Travis Decker. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison announcing the news during a press conference yesterday afternoon. Decker, who is accused of killing his 3 young daughters earlier this summer, was declared dead by U.S. Marshals on Wednesday. However, Sheriff Morrison said that he would not confirm that until his office received the DNA results from the evidence found during a recent search. Now, Morrison says the confirmation is in.
Marshal Service really took on a heavy burden for us, overseeing the search efforts, while our detective investigative units went and focused primarily on the investigation, knowing that we're getting ready for a criminal trial.
But without the community, which is what this truly is about, law enforcement community, family community, community members that are out here present, without all of you, we could not have done this.
Now, the cause, manner, and time of Decker's death has not yet been determined. Chelan County Coroner's Office is working to figure all of that out. And once we have those details, we'll, of course, pass them on to you. 6:08, and September is National Alcohol and Drug Addiction Recovery Awareness Month. And here locally, the Benton and Franklin County's Superior Adult Drug Court is celebrating 3 graduates. Congratulations to all of them as they shred their charges. This was at a ceremony just yesterday afternoon. Chris Barwick, Dean Berger, and Buck Bailey were all honored and got to shred their charges away. Court leaders say graduations like this show the power of recovery and the importance of community support.
The money spent here in this court is working. This program is working. And that when they leave drug court, we are confident that they will not come back. It is really the dedication of the county commissioners, the recovery community to really get behind this program.
It's fantastic. This was the 8th graduation just this year since the program started 22 years ago. There has been a total of 401 graduates. Next drug court will take place in November. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. How about a pancake stack that never ends? Cracker Barrel is celebrating National Pancake Day with a deal that'll leave you stuffed for just $5. We're going to tell you how you can get in on it coming up in your business headlines after the break. And we're giving you that live look outside this morning from right here at our Apple Valley studios in Kennewick. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will check back in with us and break down the forecast as we make our way into the weekend.
Fall is in the air, and that means getting back to school, putting outdoor toys away, and getting ready for winter sports. If you've been injured in an accident, call 735-0546 to find out what your rights are under the law.
This week, Walker's Furniture is making it easier than ever to get that new furniture you've been wanting with big store-wide discounts, where the more you spend, the more rewards you get. Choose from free delivery, an extra 5% off, a free Walker's gift card, or 36 months zero interest financing. It's the perfect time to get that new sofa or sectional or a new mattress to improve your sleep with big store-wide rewards
this week at Walker's.
Hi, I'm Debbie Robertson, and September is SUV month. Bill meant big. He ordered extra Kicks, Rogues, Pathfinders, and other SUVs. They're everywhere, and my job to sell them. Drive home a brand new 2025 Rogue, Murano, or Pathfinder with 0% APR for 60 months. Or how about a 2025 Nissan Kicks SV all-wheel drive for just $24,499? Get your new favorite SUV today at Bill and Debbie Robertson Nissan.
At Bravo RV, we're gearing up for a huge event you will not want to miss out on.
The Forest River National Sales Event is on now. For a limited time, you can save big across our entire lineup of Forest River products. There's still time to get out, go camping, and make unforgettable memories. With Forest River, you'll find the perfect RV built for your journey and perfected for your stay. Don't wait. These amazing deals won't last long. Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Fall is in the air, and that means getting back to school, putting outdoor toys away, and getting ready for winter sports. If you've been injured in an accident, call 735-0546 to find out what your rights are under the law.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and put Futurecast's upper level smoke into motion. And we're going to have two streams, if you will, of smoke for today. One coming down from the Labor Mountain fire, the other one coming down from the Wildcat fire. And the upper level winds going to be out of the north and west for today. So unfortunately, those streams of smoke going to blanket a good chunk of our region. This is 5 p.m. this evening. We'll likely see some very hazy skies in the Yakima Valley and the lower Columbia Basin, trying to get into the Blue Foothills by midnight. Looks like upper level winds starting to shift out of the south and west. That trend is going to continue into tomorrow, but you see some of the smoke clearing out of the Yakima Valley, and it'll start to clear in general out of our region by lunchtime tomorrow. Things looking pretty good, but you see the Wildcat fire with those winds out of the south and west. That's going to put some thicker smoke into the Kittitas Valley for tomorrow afternoon and evening. The rest of us looking pretty good. So it's tough for you folks in Ellensburg, but the rest of us, again, air quality not too shabby for tomorrow. Current temperatures this morning, 40s, 50s, and well, it's just 40s and 50s this morning in Kittitas County and the Yakima Valley, mid to upper 40s up and down the valley, right around 50 for a lot of us in the lower Columbia Basin, and then for the Morrow County foothills, a mixture of 40s and 50s, and mostly 40s for the highest elevations of the Blue Mountains. All right, I don't know what day it is of the fair, but it's day number X, and we're going to be in the mid-70s for the warmest part of the day. As you see, as we head into the nightcap, going to slip down into the 50s and 60s. You'll need a jacket at that point, but in general for today, low to mid-70s for lower elevations. But next week, cooler and wetter. I'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
6:14 in your business headlines this morning. We are calling all foodies as Cracker Barrel goes big on breakfast. So today's National Pancake Day, and the chain is offering customers all-you-can-eat pancakes for $5 at all of its 660 locations. But that's not the only offer from the griddle. Cracker Barrel calling itself the unofficial sponsor of the Pancake Block. And to honor the football move, people who wear their favorite team jerseys or bring a same-day game ticket will get a free side of pancakes with an entree purchase through October. All right, grab some pancakes this morning. Still ahead, as we give you that live look outside from our Biomark camera in Yakima, we are going to check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth after the break. He's going to have your full First Alert forecast. Let us know not only what we can expect today, but for the next week.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
For over 4 decades, the art of fine catering has been perfected by CG Catering in Kennewick. Well known for their luxurious bites, lavish delights, and precision in every portion, CG Catering will grace any event from groups of 10 to 3,000. Meticulous menus with seamless service for all occasions is their tradition. From remote locations to their local event center, repeat clients provide ongoing rave reviews as a testament to the unforgettable memories they have inspired. Call CG Catering for your next celebration.
So we spend a third of our lives sleeping. Shouldn't we try to get the best sleep possible? That's why Denver Mattress is all about that sleep life. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Take up to $150 off our Doctor's Choice hybrid lineup. Check out the Summit Queen, now only $299.99. Plus, get 48 months no interest financing and free shipping. Improve your sleep life one night at a time. Only at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
With Steel Battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
A line on the Q3 learnings.
Welcome back to what should be a thrilling second half.
Bengals Broncos Monday Night Football at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
From On Brand with Jimmy Fallon, it's Jimmy Fallon. Plus, Rachel Scott from What You Need to Know.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now. Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. More hazy sunshine in the forecast for today, especially as we head into the late afternoon to early evening. The thickest smoke is going to be, well, really for all of us. The least thick smoke probably going to be for the Blue Foothills and for the Blue Mountains. Highs today cooler in the wake of the cold front, so 50s and 60s up in the mountains, and we're going to be in the low to mid 70s for lower elevations. Feeling fantastic out there. For tonight, more hazy skies. Overnight low is going to be down into the 40s and 50s, but I'd say probably most of us are going to end up in the 40s. And the upper level winds for tonight going to start to shift out of the south and west, so the haze will start to thin out just a little bit. Okay, now let's talk about the winds. It was a big deal for yesterday. Not as big of a deal for today. Still a little bit breezy out there, and it's still breezy in the Cascades, which is the most important part. We want to see light winds. We want to see the best conditions possible for firefighters. Now, the winds will be light for tonight. A little bit breezy in the Kittitas Valley, light for the rest of us. Then for tomorrow, a little bit breezy in the Cascades again. Thankfully, the wind's not as strong as yesterday, but still, we don't like to see any breezes up that way around this time of the year, especially with a couple active fires burning. Okay, the Great Prosser Balloon Rally happening over the next few days. Sunny and 75 for today, closer to 80 for Saturday and Sunday. Mostly sunny skies and less haze for both of those days. High temperatures going up into Sunday and then cooling off and staying consistently cooler into next week. Low to mid 70s in the Tri-Cities. Factor in some of the rain chances next week. In general, cooler and wetter, exactly what firefighters need. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm and dry through Sunday, wetter and cooler Monday through Thursday. Then in Yakima, keeping it dry with 70s and 80s through the weekend. Then 30 to 50% shower chances with 60s and 70s next week. In Ellensburg, haze hanging tough over the next few days, then some relief and much cooler weather for next week. In Hermiston, keeping it warm and dry for the next handful of days, and small shower chances with highs in the 70s all throughout next week. And finally, in Walla Walla, the same cycle we've been tracking everywhere else. However, the caveat is that we could see a few thunderstorms on Tuesday. We're going to circle all the way back to this morning, as again, this morning is morning number 1 of the Great Prosser Balloon Rally 2025 40s and 50s for this morning, and I think that's a good segue, right, Jade?
Yes, it is, because we are live at the Great Prosser Balloon Rally this morning. It's the 36th annual rally, and our very own Monique Garcia is there and kind of breaking down what we can expect for today. And it looks like the weather should get these balloons up in the air.
Looks like it could have some lingering breezes for this morning, but Monique, you have boots on the ground there. Tell us, first of all, I know they're probably a little bit chilly, but tell us about some of the breezes and just kind of about the overall atmosphere out there.
Good morning, Josh and Jade. I'm here with Morgan, the chairman for the Great Prosser Balloon Rally. Now, can you tell me, have the pilots met yet? How is weather going to affect today so far?
Well, weather, we always, it's all about the wind and how fast it is on the ground and then up above, and the winds a lot. So we'll see how it goes. Right now, the forecast looks okay, but when the sun comes up, then it totally changes. So we'll wait until about 6:30, 6:45 before we make the final call on if we're going to go up or not.
All right, now, how long have you been the chairman here?
So I've been the chairman for about 15 years on this. This is the 36th annual Great Prosser Balloon Rally. So I've been for about 15, 16 years. And so we have 3 morning launches, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then our night glow on Saturday night.
All right, and then with all these years that you've been helping here, what does it mean to you to keep this annual tradition alive here in the great city of Prosser?
Well, it's just a fun event. Like, there's not many events you have around anymore that are free. We don't charge anything to come out and see it. We don't charge anything for the night glow. It's family fun. The kids get to learn about hot air ballooning. They get to get up close. It's just a great event.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about the no drone zone here?
Yeah. So we're at the airport, so you cannot fly a drone in the airspace, and so it just interferes with the balloons. It makes it very dangerous for them. So we don't allow any drones in here.
All right. Now I'm going to be sending it back to the desk, reporting here in Prosser. Monique Garcia. Good morning, Northwest.
So pretty to see that one behind them, like starting to light up and get ready to take flight. So of course we always know weather can impact flight, but
it looks
like
good
they're
to
getting
go
ready,
out there
yeah.
this morning. You saw the backdrop of the sunrise, kind of a hazy sunrise.
Yeah.
And it's not too often you see such a festive environment at 6:23 in the morning, except for in the studio every single morning.
It's very festive, yeah. Exactly. But yeah, so what do we say? Sunrise set for 6:49 today?
That sounds right.
Something around there.
Oh,
so
man.
That's when the balloons will start to take flight as well. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Move over, LeBron. There's a new baller in town, and he's kind of furry. We're going to introduce you to the pups picked to carry on the Air Bud legacy. It's a cuteness overload warning in effect for your entertainment headlines. Stick around because we're back after the break with it.
At More Furniture, the biggest sale of the year starts now. We're making room for the largest arrival of fresh styles and features in over a decade. Cozy living rooms, relaxing bedrooms, and elegant dining sets. It's all in stock and on sale. Right now, with a minimum purchase of $14.99, get your choice of free white glove delivery or we'll pay your sales tax. Don't wait. Shop early, beat the rush, and save big. Only at More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
Overturf Kia has officially relocated to Pasco, offering faster service and brand new state-of-the-art facility designed for maximum customer service satisfaction. Lease a 2025 Telluride S all-wheel drive with second-row captain's chairs, 12.3-inch touchscreen, power sunroof, towing package, and more for $499 per month with $499 due at signing. Shop online anytime, just south of Highway I-182 at the Road 100 Broadmoor Boulevard exit on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
It matters late at night. It matters when you aren't sure and need someone who is. Are minimalized with that.
It matters when times are tight and saving money can really make a difference.
Thanks so much, Eric. I really appreciate you. Hi, Alex. Where you get your
your medicine has never mattered more. That's why we have convenient locations right in your neighborhood with pharmacists ready to get to know you.
Where you get your medicine matters.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Bengals, Broncos, Monday Night Football at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back, 626. Taking a look at your entertainment headlines. The cast of Spaceballs 2 has been revealed, and a familiar face is returning to the big screen. Rick Moranis ending his longtime break from live-action acting for his role in Spaceballs 2.
Moranis will return to his role as Lord Dark Helmet, an obvious spoof of Darth Vader in the Star Wars series. Moranis took an extended break from acting, although he's done some voice character work over the years. He hasn't been in a film since Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves came out in 1997.
Do you remember those movies?
No.
I mean, they were way before your time, I know, but Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and then Honey, We Shrunk
That was a
Ourselves?
movie, not a TV show,
It was a movie,
right?
yeah.
Okay. I knew the name.
You
Yeah.
should watch it. I remember that movie like it was yesterday. All right, so in addition to Moranis and the 99-year-old Brooks, others in the cast of Spaceballs 2 include Bill Pullman, Daphne Zuniga, and Josh Gad, scheduled to debut in theaters 2027. And in more Hollywood headlines, the search for the next Air Bud is over.
Out of thousands of applicants, 2 golden retrievers, Charlie from Ohio and Summer from California, have been selected to carry on the legacy of the basketball-playing pooch. Producers of Air Bud Returns say the pair stood out for their athleticism, charm, and heart, the same qualities that made the original Buddy so unforgettable.
It's not clear exactly how the 2 winners will be used in the upcoming movie specifically, or if they'll be sharing the role. Both Charlie and Summer will undergo some training with professional animal trainers before filming begins next month in Vancouver.
The reboot hits theaters in the summer of 2026.
Now, did you watch that movie, Air Bud?
Yes, and there's a line from that movie. It's sort of a mantra for my life. There's no rule that says a dog can't play basketball. There's no rule.
There it is.
Doesn't mean you can't do it.
That's right. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our 6:30 half hour, big changes coming to Tri-Cities Prep, new classrooms, new labs, and more space for students. We're going to take a look at the expansion coming up.
At Tri-Cities and Walla Walla Floor and Home, our team has been in the Southeast Washington flooring business for 40 plus years. You'll find more choices, lower prices, and hometown service.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Tamaki Law, voted Tri-City's #1 personal injury firm 6 years in a row.
We live here, we work here.
This is our community. We're not just lawyers, we're your neighbors. When you're hurt, we have your back.
That's why we stand with you every step of the way. Thank you for trusting us.
It is a privilege to serve our community, now and always.
Tamaki Law, again voted Tri-City's #1 personal injury firm.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
If you're hurt in an accident, the fight for justice begins.
But you don't have to face it alone.
Abeda Nelson attorneys are the accident experts.
Taking on insurance companies and winning for our clients, because your fight
is our fight.
We've been doing this for over 40 years.
We don't quit and we don't back down.
From medical bills to lost wages,
we'll work to get everything you deserve.
Abeda Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At Tri-Cities and Walla Walla Floor and Home, our team has been in the Southeast Washington flooring business for 40 plus years. You'll find more choices, lower prices, and hometown service.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Jessica has the morning off, but her spirit lingers as your good luck charm for the 3-degree guarantee.
Yes, she's omniscient, at least for this segment and this moment right here. Yesterday, I went with forecast high of 83 in Pasco Tri-Cities and verified at 86. So the jackpot went up to $350. For today, going with forecast high of 74 in Pasco Tri-Cities. Cooler because of the cold front. So if it verifies between 71 to 77, jackpot's going to hit $375. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, bottom line for the forecast, hazy for today, a little bit less so for Saturday and beyond. In fact, a lot less so for Monday and beyond. High temperature is going to be in the 70s and 80s through Sunday and then dropping down for next week. Also multiple rain chances for next week, thus the haze going down for next week. Okay, still a little bit breezy this morning in the Kittitas Valley and in the Cascades. Those breezes in the Cascades going to be a big hiccup for firefighters once again for today. Thankfully, the wind's not as strong as yesterday. Air quality still unhealthy in the Moses Lake area. That's from smoke coming downwind of the Labor Mountain fire. And later today, upper level winds out of the north and west. I think that's going to put a lot worse air quality into our viewing area. Temperatures this morning mostly in the 40s and 50s, seeing a few upper 30s in the mountains, but 40s and 50s for the rest of us. Your hourly forecast on this Friday for the Tri-Cities, you see by lunchtime, mid-60s, very comfortable mid-70s for the warmest part of the day. And it's going to be into the afternoon and evening when the haze is going to come back in full force. So low to mid-70s today for lower elevations. I'll have another look at that smoke forecast. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this Friday forecast coming up in a few minutes.
6:34, we begin this half hour of news in Yakima, where the Yakima Valley Conference of Governments is asking for your input to help build safer streets for everyone. Leaders are developing a new safety action plan, and they want to hear from you through a new online survey and interactive map where you can pinpoint exactly where you see safety concerns. In 2023, there were 47 deadly crashes in Yakima Valley alone. City officials say your feedback will help guide projects aimed at reducing tragedies and making streets safer for walkers, cyclists, transit riders, and drivers. Taking you to Oregon now, where big changes are on the horizon for anyone hoping to drive a big rig. Starting October 1st, the Oregon DMV is rolling out some new commercial driver manuals with updated knowledge test questions and new CDL skills test materials. The changes update the vehicle inspection checklist and the way drivers are scored on basic control maneuvers like backing, turning, and stopping. The new test also brings Oregon in line with national standards set by the American Association of Motor Vehicle Administrators.
Changes to the test questions will include updated elements of CDL vehicle inspections and basic control skills maneuvers, and those are the two key components of a CDL skills test. So the vehicle inspection, which assesses the driver's ability to identify potential mechanical problems, and then the basic control skills maneuvers test the driver's ability to control the vehicle in different situations.
Now, DMV and third-party examiners can still use both the old and the new tests until June of 2026, but drivers may find fewer examiners offering the older version as the state transitions. And Tri-Cities Prep in Pasco just wrapped up a big expansion, adding more space for students and staff. Take a look. The Catholic High School recently completed a $3.2 million project. It added 6 new classrooms, including a science lab, and more than 10,000 square feet of learning space. School leaders say that the addition eliminates the need for portables. It keeps all the students under one roof and nearly doubles the school's classroom capacity. The project comes also as Tri-Cities Prep prepares to dedicate its new St. Michael Plaza next week. And that was a separate project made possible by an anonymous donor. The new wing was all finished this fall and it's already in use, and it gives students extra space for testing and learning support. All right, 6:36, and if you are still looking for some plans for your weekend, we've got you covered with felines and firefighters. We're going to take a look at that community event. It's giving you a chance to not only make a difference, but maybe gain a new little furry friend. We have the details after the break. And giving you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. Starting to get a little brighter out there, even though we are still seeing that haze in the sky. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will break down your first alert forecast and let us know what we can expect on this Friday.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now on your side.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
At More Furniture, the biggest sale of the year starts now. We're making room for the largest arrival of fresh styles and features in over a decade. Cozy living rooms, relaxing bedrooms, and elegant dining sets. It's all in stock and on sale. Right now, with a minimum purchase of $14.99, get your choice of free white glove delivery or we'll pay your sales tax. Don't wait. Shop early, beat the rush, and save big. Only at More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
Look, it's a bird.
No, it's a plane.
No, it's a cow.
A cow?
Cowabunga! It's fair time.
The Central Washington State Fair is coming September 19th through the 28th, presented by Legends Casino Hotel. It's 10 days full of all your fair favorites like carnival rides, fair food, live entertainment, and livestock barns. There's also lots of new stuff to see like acrobatic sea lions and radical reptiles. Get your tickets now at fairfun.com.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher.
Yes.
Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
A Northwest artist talks about the fall colors of her North Idaho home.
Here you get like the bright orange and yellows, and then you'll see that reflected in the lake. So we just have so many amazing scenes around here.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
It is, yes, Friday.
Next live from On Brand with Jimmy Fallon, it's Jimmy Fallon. Plus Rachel Scott from What You Need to Know.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and show you Futurecast upper level smoke. We showed this to you maybe about 30 minutes ago or so, and it's just such a useful tool. We're going to go ahead and track everything once again. Okay, so by lunchtime, you can see 2 streams of smoke starting to form. One coming from the Wildcat fire, the other one coming from the Labor Mountain fire. And you'll watch as these streams of smoke, if you will sort of drape our viewing area in some thicker upper level smoke and haze. So by 5 p.m., one of these coming into the Yakima Valley, the other one down into the lower Columbia Basin, trying to get into the Blue Foothills. And then something incredible is going to happen as we head into Saturday. It's not that incredible, it's pretty typical, but it's good news. And that upper level wind is going to shift out of the south and west. You're already starting to see some of that clearing of the smoke and haze in the Yakima Valley. And then come time for sunrise, a little bit after sunrise for tomorrow. But you see a lot of the smoke and haze starting to really clear out of here now. But with those fires flaring up again for tomorrow, which is what we're expecting, now with the upper level winds out of the south and west, that's going to put the Kittitas Valley under the gun for some of the worst smoke and haze. The rest of us looking pretty good in terms of air quality for tomorrow and for Sunday, and then all of us looking much better for next week. Okay, zone by zone tour of today's forecast real quick. 60s and 70s in the Kittitas Valley, going to end up in the mid 70s for the Yakima Valley, the same thing for the lower Columbia Basin, and then for the Blue Foothills, 70s and 60s and 70s for the Blue Mountains.
All right, well, if you are looking for something to do this weekend, we might have just the thing.
And if you're an animal lover, this event could be Possum, as it's your chance to meet some furry friends and maybe even take one home.
Yeah, the Tri-Cities Animal Shelter is teaming up with local firefighters once again for the annual Felines and Firefighters Adoption event.
Families can meet adoptable cats, kittens, and dogs, plus check out fire trucks, chat with firefighters, and grab some food while you're there. Adoption fees are just $50, and approved families can even head home the same day with their new pet.
Felines and Firefighters goes from 10 to 2. It's a free event, and it is at the Tri-Cities Animal Shelter on Saturday. Organizers of course hope every pet will be one step closer to finding their loving forever home.
Please.
I know. All right, and if you're into maybe something a little more adventurous, the Prosser Balloon Rally is taking place this weekend.
Yeah, our very own Monique Garcia was there, and balloons are already getting ready for takeoff.
Yeah, this year will mark the 36th annual balloon rally for Prosser pilots from across the Northwest. They are in town to launch the hot air balloons each morning at sunrise from the Prosser Airport.
Along with launches and the evening night glow, the weekend includes a harvest festival, farmers market, and street painting.
And when we last checked in with Monique about 20 minutes ago, it did look like those balloons were preparing to launch, which would have been just right about now at sunrise.
Yeah, it looked like those breezes from yesterday and from last night have calmed down enough for the beautiful scene up in the sky. So we love to see it.
Yeah, it'd be really pretty. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning, and giving you a live look there. This one from our Bimart camera in Yakima. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert's going to break down your full first alert forecast, what you could expect not only for the weekend, but into next week.
So we spend a third of our lives sleeping. Shouldn't we try to get the best sleep possible? That's why Denver Mattress is all about that sleep life. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Take up to $150 off our Doctor's Choice hybrid lineup. Check out the Summit Queen, now only $299.99. Plus, get 48 months no interest financing and free shipping. Improve your sleep life one night at a time. Only at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
My husband and I had planned our dream home, and it was years in the making. I didn't want to just show up at any big box store. We wanted to sit down, and I want you to spend time with us. Like, this is a big investment. Our family spends so much time in our kitchen, and now that we're moved in, we are so pleased with our experience with Fred's, with the product line, and how it really aesthetically added value to our kitchen. Fred's Appliance over-delivered.
Fall is the season for reinvention. It's easy to do with Macy's fall collection. Romantic dresses, the fall vibes they bring. These are a few of our favorite fall things. Brand new fall florals, fresh plaids and leather, trenches and cashmere. We've got it all here. Show up this autumn in style that sings. These are a few of our favorite fall things. Find all your favorite fall trends at Macy's.
it all with STIHL battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking STIHL tools. Hurry into your local STIHL dealer or shop online.
The accident happened so quickly.
I had no idea what to do next.
Instead of going through it alone, I found hope.
With Abeta Nelson.
For over 40 years, we've helped families navigate the complicated legal process.
Getting the care and settlement you deserve.
Abeta Nelson took care of everything.
So I could focus on healing and getting back to my life.
Abeta Nelson took my injury personally.
Accidents happen.
Compensation should too.
Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
I didn't think someone like me was at risk of shingles.
The rash couldn't possibly be that painful.
And it wouldn't disrupt my life for weeks.
I was wrong. I didn't know that 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate at any time.
I learned that the hard way.
But you don't have to. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Expecting more smoke and haze for today as we head into the afternoon and evening. We talked about that just a few minutes back. And high temperatures for today going to be cooler in comparison to yesterday because of the cold front that passed. So 50s and 60s in the mountains and then low to mid 70s for lower elevations. Then for tonight, the haze starting to clear out, especially into the wee hours of the morning with the upper level winds shifting out of the south and west. And overnight lows are going to be brisk as we'll be down into the 40s. Maybe not as brisk as what we saw this past night, but 40s for lower elevations and looks like 40s and 50s for the mountains. Now let's talk about the winds. The winds were the big deal for yesterday. For today, it's still going to be breezy out there. Not as breezy, but breezy in the Cascades, breezy in the Kittitas Valley. The same thing for the Basin and the foothills. And we don't want to see any breezes in the Cascades at all, just given the way the Wildcat and the Labor Mountain fires are flaring up. Then for tonight, mostly light winds could shoot down the mountain gaps in the Kittitas Valley. And then for tomorrow, still a little bit breezy in the Cascades, so the next couple days, not the greatest news for firefighters, but there's some much better news on the horizon for next week with it being cooler and wetter. More on that in just a second, but first, the 3-day forecast for the last few days of the Central Washington State Fair. Going to be sunny and 75, hazy sunshine though for today, and then a little bit closer to 80 for Saturday and Sunday, more clouds in the skies. And breeze is picking up a little bit for Sunday, and that's sort of a precursor to our pattern flip for next week. Cooler, you see low to mid 70s in the Tri-Cities, and shower chances pretty consistent from Monday through Thursday. This is exactly what we need to see to get some more tangible containment on these fires burning in the Cascades. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm and dry through Sunday, wetter and cooler Monday through Thursday. In Yakima, keeping it dry with 70s and 80s through the weekend, then 30 to 50% shower chances with 60s and 70s next week. In Ellensburg, haze hanging tough over the next few days, then some relief and much cooler weather for next week. In Hermiston, keeping it warm and dry for the next handful of days, then small shower chances with highs in the 70s all throughout next week. And finally, in Walla Walla, the same cycle we've been tracking everywhere else. However, the caveat is that we could see a few thunderstorms on Tuesday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, runway scares.
Delta 54 Heavy, you've got your right engine on fire. You can come to a stop.
This alarming video showing flames bursting from an engine of a Delta plane moments before takeoff. That flight preparing to depart from Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport with 200 passengers on board. The pilot aborting takeoff and returning to the gate. This as the FAA investigates a separate incident where a United regional flight with 53 people on board overshot the runway in Virginia. Air traffic control warning the pilot of low visibility as they come in for landing.
Runway 34 clear to land. Area of heavy to extreme precipitation begins about 4 mile final all the way down to the runway.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on the runway safety precautions that kept passengers safe. With your GMA First Look, I'm Stephanie Ramos, ABC News New York.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema.
Touch can make players celebrate like winners, or make two move like one. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
Now, the Morning Sprint.
6:51, time for your morning sprint, and we start with your national headlines this morning as the U.S. economy's bounce back during the second quarter has been revised higher. Gross domestic product rose 3.8% from April through June, according to the Commerce Department's third and final estimate. That's a half point more than the rate given during the second report. Analysts say increased consumer spending and falling imports helped boost the economy over the past few months. And at 6:52, your business headlines this morning. The Sherwin-Williams Paint Company has revealed its 2026 color of the year. This time, Universal Khaki took the top spot. The company says it's an easygoing neutral that brings timeless style to a home. It was selected by the experts for its balance and livability, as well as longevity. Sample options are now available on the Sherwin-Williams site. And in your sports headlines this morning, FIFA has unveiled the mascots for next year's World Cup. Clutch, Maple, and Zayu represent the three host nations. FIFA says each mascot symbolizes part of its country's culture. Clutch, the bald eagle, represents the U.S., the bird described as flying over the U.S. while embracing every culture, game, and moment. Canada's Maple, the moose, born to roam, traveling all through the country to connect with people. And Zayu, the jaguar, hails from southern Mexico's jungles and represents the nation's rich heritage. All right, 6:53 now. Time for your top 5 local stories you need to know. DNA testing confirming human remains found earlier this month near Leavenworth do in fact belong to Travis Decker, the man accused of killing his 3 young daughters this past summer. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison announcing that the confirmation did come in following those results from the state crime lab. Decker had been declared dead by U.S. Marshals earlier this week, but officials from Chelan County were waiting for those DNA results to come in before they confirmed it. County coroner now working to determine the exact cause and time of death. And just last week, a juvenile suspect was arrested after FBI agents were tipped off local law enforcement about some threats that were made towards Kamiakin High School. And now investigators say these social media threats are becoming more common, and they say that they take every threat seriously. School officials stress that once a student makes a post like that, the consequences can follow them across districts. And deputies say that even a so-called joke online can waste valuable resources and bring lasting penalties for those involved. And Richland City leaders are considering replacing the flat $20 vehicle fee with a 0.1% sales tax to fund road maintenance. The shift would actually double revenue, bringing in more than $2 million a year. That money would then help maintain the city's pavement rating and relieve some strain on other services. Some people support the move, but also worry that the new tax could rise in the future. And Tri-Cities Prep in Pasco has wrapped up a $3.2 million expansion project. The Catholic High School added 6 classrooms, including a new science lab and more than 10,000 square feet of learning space. The addition eliminates the need for portable buildings and nearly doubles classroom capacity. And they are taking flight this morning as we kick off the 36th annual Great Prosser Balloon Rally underway this weekend. Pilots from across the Northwest are in town to launch hot air balloons each morning at sunrise from the Prosser Airport. Along with those launches and an evening night glow, this weekend will include a harvest festival, a farmer's market, and street painting. All right, it is 6:55. Trending this morning. Today's slang can be a little confusing.
Skibbity toilet?
With the kids these days.
Yeah. Well, that's why Merriam-Webster just gave its famous collegiate dictionary a major glow up.
Ooh, a glow up.
Adding 5,000 new words to its 12th edition.
And that's the first big update in 22 years. Some of the new words. Okay, what? Petrichor?
Petrichor.
Okay, I guess that's the fresh smell after rain. teraflop, that refers to computer speed, and dumb phone. Not smartphone, dumb phone. And that's the flip phones that we all used before our iPhones took over.
That's so mean.
The dumb phone.
That's so mean. A little ageist, too. Okay. Well, and don't forget Ghost Kitchen, those delivery-only restaurants that blew up during the pandemic. And it's not just for techie or foodie terms, but we've also got Riz, Dad Bod, Adulting, Cancel Culture, even Beast Mode, and Doom Scroll. Now, those are more my speed. I can
get down on a few more of those.
Yeah, those are in the vernacular, but the I should know the Petrichor one, Smell After Rain. I feel like I should know that, but I must have missed that day. I think I slept in that day of class.
That doesn't even seem like a real word to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it is.
Are we going to have any
Webster.
Petrichor this weekend?
Not this weekend. I think we could have a lot of Petrichor next week, as there is.
Look at me. New word being used.
Yes, absolutely. Love to see that. All right, air quality this morning is unhealthy for sensitive groups up towards Moses Lake, but for the rest of us, just seeing moderate reductions. I do unfortunately think this map is going to look worse later today, especially in the valleys and in the basin, specifically into the late afternoon to early evening. All right, temperatures this morning, most of us in the 40s and 50s. We are seeing some upper 30s in the mountains. Your forecast for this Friday for the warmest part of the day, low to mid 70s, will be about a few degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. Of course, hazy sunshine out there. Bottom line for the forecast, hazy today, less so Saturday with a wind shift, unless you're in the Kittitas Valley. Cooler for next week, multiple chances for rainfall next week, multiple chances for Petrichor. I think that's what it was. Okay, just...
Are we even saying it right? Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna have a quick update on those evacuations for the Labor Mountain fire real quick. You see multiple level 3 evacuations expanded yesterday. Blewett Pass is under the gun, and then those level 2 evacuations for the Wildcat fire for Goose Prairie and Bumping River Road. Still got to be on your P's and Q's for today.
Yeah, and we do expect the acreage probably to grow as well.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right, thanks for waking up with us on this Friday and watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest on these stories on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.